So students, today we have to discuss money. This is the chapter 6 has been started now. And this is the second chapter of unit 2. We have completed unit 1. We have shared the PDFs and numericals to be solved by you. I hope everyone might have done. Now we come on money. First of all, question arises, what is money? So before we will study money, we'll have to understand the evolution of money. How did money come into existence? What happened? During the ancient time, people did not have any concept of money. Okay. They uh, they had to exchange the goods. Okay. They had an idea to exchange goods. Initially, the things had been running in the form of takas. Some coins were introduced by the rulers of the ancient India: gold coins, silver coins, copper coins. Okay, so they had an idea about the exchange of goods and services. But most prominent form to exchange goods and services, it was through the barter system. It was called the barter system. Exchange goods by barter. It was called the barter system, which was very popular. What do we mean by barter system? Barter system means that is to exchange good goods for goods. To exchange goods for goods. It means we could say if there has been a direct barter of goods and services, is it was called the barter economy. To exchange goods for goods, so it was called the barter economy. We'll discuss with the help of an example right now. It was called the barter economy, and we had been calling this or CC. Just write CC economy. What was the CC economy? CC economy means commodity to commodity. Means commodity to commodity. How did this barter system work out? Suppose person A had been there. Suppose A has 1 quintal of rice. 1 quintal of rice, and he needs shoes. He needs shoes. It means this person A will have to find out the person number 1 who may need the 1 quintal of rice from him, and secondly, he must have the shoes to exchange with that of the 1 quintal of rice. Got the point? Suppose person A has 1 quintal of rice and he needs the shoes. So in this economy, in the CC economy, commodity to commodity, he will have to find out any person, number one, who may need this 1 quintal of rice and who wants to give his shoes to A in exchange of 1 quintal of rice. So A will have to work out on this. Now suppose person B, though person B has shoes, but he does not need, he doesn't need any rice. Any rice. He needs wheat. But person A has rice. He can exchange the rice only. Getting it? So here we could see that this person B has the shoes, but he cannot exchange the goods with that of A. Reason? He can exchange 1 quintal of rice, but this B needs the wheat. B doesn't need any rice. So no exchange of goods will take place. In the same way, B will have to find out the person who may need the shoes, but he must be willing to exchange wheat for the shoes. Okay. B has shoes, no doubt, but he cannot exchange with that of A. Reason? Because he is in the need of wheat, not in the need of rice. In the same way, B will have to find out the person who may be in the need of shoes and could have wheat for the exchange of shoes from him. So this is the problem. And this problem is known as problem of double coincidence of wants. Because double coincidence of wants refers to the simultaneous fulfillment of mutual wants of buyers and sellers. Got it? So this was the problem during the when in the economy we had the CC economy. At that time, money had not been in the circulation. So these problems had been arisen. Secondly, this was the problem had been there. Next problem was many problems arose in the CC economy. First problem was of double coincidence of wants. Second problem arose lack of common measure of value. How can anyone measure the rice with that of shoes or shoes with that of wheat? So lack of common measure of value was also the another problem, because all the commodities are not of equal value, and there was no common measure of the value of goods and services in which exchange ratios could be expressed. Like this we have discussed here. Third problem had been there, lack of deferred payment. Lack of deferred Deferred payment. Deferred payment means future payments. The payments which we make in future, it is known as the deferred payment. Okay. What happens? Sometimes the borrower may not be able to arrange goods of exactly same quality at the time of repayment. Number second, maybe some conflicts regarding which specific commodities to be used for the repayment. The commodity to be repaid may lose or gain its value at the time of repayment. Got it? So all these were the problems regarding the deferred payment. Deferred payment means the payments made in the future. Okay? Future payments or the future credit transactions. So it could not take place with ease. This was also the problem. Next problem was lack of store of value. Lack of store of value. It was also the problem in the CC economy, commodity to commodity economy. Okay, lack of store of value. Most of the goods like wheat, rice, vegetables, they did not possess the durability, and their quality deteriorates with passage of time. Storage of goods required times and efforts also. So these goods could not be used to store the earnings for a very long period. Next, lack of divisibility. Lack of divisibility. Divisibility. It was the another limitation of the CC economy, commodity to commodity economy. Because suppose if the price of a horse was equal to 100 kg of wheat, then a person having 20 kg of wheat could not exchange it for the horse, because it was not possible to divide the horse into the small pieces without destroying its utility. So it was also difficult how to divide it. Okay. So just because of all these problems had been there. So the need arose to find out something which could be accepted as a standard of payment. Okay. Something is required which could be used as a standard of payment, and which could be generally accepted as a medium of exchange, which may be a good measurement of value, and which we could store the same value for a longer period, and which could work as a standard of deferred payments. So to solve all these problems, money came into existence gradually. Money came into existence. So what do we mean by money? Money, we could say, money is anything which may be generally accepted as a medium of exchange. Anything which may be accepted as, number one, medium of exchange. Medium of exchange. Second, measurement of value, or we could say measure of value. Third, store of value. Store of value. And number 4, standard of deferred payment. Standard of deferred payments. Deferred payments we have already discussed, as this is the future payments. So medium of exchange. I'll share one PDF here with you all. This is here you could see money is anything which is widely accepted as payment for goods and services, act as a medium of exchange. The unit of value can be stored as wealth and can act as the standard of the deferred payment. Because all of us know that we do not face any problem by the transactions of money into the economy. We don't face the problem of the store of value. If the 500 rupees note had been there, so after 10 years, the same value will be for of rupees 500 or 200, 100. Okay, all these will be having the same values. So they are the measurement of values. Medium of exchange. Okay. Store of value, standard of deferred payments in the form of checks. Future payments can take place, or in the form of the demand deposits. The exchange of goods and services can take place. Besides this, the term money is used to cover all the things like coins, currency notes, checks, which are used to conduct business transactions and settlement of business claims. Or we could say money can be any commodity chosen by common consent as an instrument of exchange of goods and services. So in such a manner, we can define money.